nice glug of olive oil in the pan, pretty much like that. Nice, lovely big glug. And then there's some garlic in there already. I'm just chucking in the chopped onions that I did a minute or two ago, a bit like Blue Peter. Nobody wants to wait for see me chopping onions. And then I have to wear onion goggles because because the onions hurt my eyes. Anyway, so we give that a quick stir, the onions, and that's going to go on the heat. And we're just going to soften those for a minute. Move that bowl out of the way, that's on there. That can have a bit of daylight. Okay, cool. So we're just going to soften those, and then we'll get on to the next bit, as it were. Okay, so that's the onion. It's a large onion. There's one large onion in there, or two medium-sized ones, and about 4 cloves of garlic. And I chopped some apples up earlier, so they're going in. So again, I'm just going to chuck those in off the side, and we just whip all that up around. And then we get to the fun bit. Sorry, I've still got to leave the onion goggles on for a minute because pretty strong onions. Right, sausage meat. Just open up those bags of sausage meat. So I've got 2 bags of sausage meat here. And that's about, I don't know how much it is, actually. Can't even see that. The onion goggles aren't helping. Not sure what the weight is on that, but anyway.
3.29 kilograms.
Oh, well done. No, that's 3 pounds 29, isn't it? Ah! God only knows. Anyway, it looks like it's about, I have absolutely no idea. I would say it's oh lordy, I don't know. Anyway, this is the good bit. Get the sausage meat out. Nigella smile. Great with the onion goggles on. So get the sausage meat out, 2 packs. And that's 2 chopped apples, 1 really big onion, 4 cloves of garlic, and 2 packs of sausage meat. And we break the sausage meat up with our hands. And we put it in, I just do it in a wok because it's bigger and easier. Because now we're going to stir it all up together. We're going to mix it all in really well together. So, and hopefully in a minute I might be able to take the goggles off. But anyway, it all gets all over your fingers, that's okay. So we stir that little lot in, hopefully making it all nice and mixed up together. And this is the nice bit. This is the sort of messy bit, actually. It's quite fun. So get that really worked in. The sausage meat too, I just go for plain sausage meat because I like to put in the things that I want. So when that's looking like that, just clean my fingers off a bit, it's not very nice. Right, I'm going to rinse my hands. Right, so we're going to put a little bit of salt in. Nice little bit of salt in. 2 grinds of pepper. So probably do. And then I like some thyme in it. I just use any old dried thyme. I mean, you can put fresh in if you want, but anyway, a good wodge. It's probably about a teaspoon and a half, I don't know, something like that. And then I put a little bit of parsley in, not quite as much. So probably about a teaspoon. And then we give that another whiz up together. And then we'll be good to go, ready for the sausage rolls. That's really good. Mix up. Okay, that's ready to go in the sausage rolls now. So cool, perfect. Okay, so that's just 1 piece of puff pastry, just ordinary ready-made puff pastry, just buy it in the shops. Can't be bothered to make puff pastry, it takes far too long. And then I get a nice big dollop of mustard, Dijon grainy mustard, wouldn't matter. And I just put that down the middle of my pastry. Nice big teaspoon of it. Just spread it out down the middle because we're going to sit our sausage meat on top of that. So you can put on quite a good old wodge. And then I get some honey. Squeezy honey is easier to do this with. Just open that up. And then I just drizzle a little bit of, oh, I hope I can, yeah, drizzle a little bit of honey up through the mustard. So then that's that bit all ready, and then we go for the sausage meat. We just roll it up into a sort of sausage meat, sausage roll shaped whatnot. So, and when have it nice and chunky, don't go mean on it, and then sit it in there. So we've got one bit, and then we'll go for another wodge. Roll it up between your hands, it's absolutely fine. You can always wash your hands afterwards. And make sure they're nicely sort of joined up. So you get a really nice, goodly amount through the middle, because we don't want to look mean and stingy. And these are pretty good for things like shoot lunches and that sort of thing. Or point-to-point picnic, always a good. Mind you, I don't think there's going to be any point-to-points this year. Not much shooting going on either. Anyway, and we wodge that all the way up. We've nearly done one of these already. A little bit more. Just to sit on the end there. That's cool. So that's that one kind of ready now to roll up and sit on our baking sheet. So the next thing is I put a little bit of milk in a cup, just a splash really, 1 egg, because we're going to make our egg wash, and we do need lots and lots and lots of this, or loads and loads apparently is the phrase I think. Anyway, just mix those two together, the egg and the milk, and then when that's ready, nice little pastry brush will do it, and slap lots of it on. Lots and lots. So the more you have, the more likely it is all to stick nicely together. And a bit down the other side. So we get lots on there. Right, and that's good. So that one's ready. And then just picking up the other side of the pastry, roll it over. And then we're going to glue our two edges together. So we're going to crimp that all along the edge. So getting really tight into the meat. If my hands feel a bit sticky, I just dip them in the flour. So really tight to the edge of the meat, we're going to crimp. So I've got pushing in the fingers. So I've got pinching the finger like that, one finger there, pushing them together all the way along. So it's really tight, right up close to the sausage meat, because you don't want masses of pastry. You'd rather taste the sausage meat than the pastry. Well, maybe you wouldn't, but anyway. We like to taste the sausage meat rather than the pastry. And just do that a couple of times, and then that's that bit done. And then we're going to cut off the edge of the pastry, because again, we don't need all of that pastry. That's rather useless. I'll just get rid of that to the side, and then we get our egg wash again, and we slather it all over. So loads and loads of egg wash, because it just makes them look so nice then when you get them out of the oven. So plenty down, right down both sides and along the bit where you crimped. So slap that on, get that on a bit more, right down to the edges. Perfect, that's the ready. And then we're going to just cut them up into sort of sausage roll size. Remember, they're quite big and quite generous, so you know, you don't have to have the enormous ones. People can have one or two. So I usually get 5 out of a run. So there we go. There's 5 sausage rolls all cut and ready. And then I get my palette knife, pop them up, and they go straight onto the baking tray, ready to go into the oven. And the oven's at about 200. And they're just going to go in there for about 20-25 minutes. And then we'll have a look at them when we get them out. And while they're cooking, that just gives time to go and take the Labradors out for a quick run. Fantastic. So we'll have a look at these afterwards. Okie dokie. Okay, so we're going to get them out. They've been in the oven at 200 for about 25 minutes. And there they are, all ready, all looking lovely. And they're good to go. We pop them on to a cooling rack for a little bit. And there they are. Delicious. That's pretty much it for sausage rolls.